A total of 736 Afghans were recorded for new registration from August 1st to September 11th, the UNHCR said, adding that it is scaling up its capacity to meet increasing requests for registration and assistance of Afghans in India. The UN Refugee Agency said it is in constant dialogue with the government on matters pertaining to Afghan nationals, including issuance and extensions of visa, assistance and solutions. According to the data, the total number of persons of concern to UNHCR in India stands at 43,157. Among them, 15,559 refugees and asylum seekers are from Afghanistan. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi reached Bengaluru to pay last respects to former Union Minister Oscar Fernandes. Oscar Fernandes was laid to rest at the St. Patrick's Catholic Cemetery on Hosur Road on Thursday evening. Earlier in the day, the body was kept at the KPCC office in Queen's Road for the public and the party workers to pay their last respects. The mortal remains were then taken to St. Patrick's Church on Brigade Road, where a funeral mass was held. Expressing his condolence, Rahul Gandhi tweeted, "Spent some time with the family of Shri Oscar Fernandes ji and paid last respects to him, a friend, a guide and a true soldier of the Congress party." Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai termed senior BJP Rajya Sabha member Subramaniam Swamy as a freelance politician whose character and forte had been to speak against his own party and its leadership. "You know well about Subramaniam Swamy. Whichever party he is in, he is like a freelance politician. He says whatever comes to his mind. Based on his analysis, he keeps saying things," Bommai said during a debate on price rise in the Karnataka Assembly. Bommai said Swamy spoke against the leadership of Janata Party and then Janata Dal as well. While being in the government, he spoke against the then Prime Minister Chandrasekhar. "It is the character and forte of Subramaniam Swamy," he said. Karnataka police busted a racket of synthetic drug MDMA being manufactured in a rented house in Chamundeshwari layout in Electronic City. The tenant was a Nigerian who told the senior citizens couple that he was a student. The Nigerian national has been taken into custody and investigations have revealed a well-established network operation in Bengaluru city. Rupees 5 crore worth drugs have been seized. Sources said he was manufacturing the drugs since 1.5 months. The banned MDMA crystals were placed inside shoes and sold in the city and other parts of the country. The accused also sent them to New Zealand and other countries via courier. The Uttarakhand High Court on Thursday vacated its stay on the Char Dham Yatra and directed the state government to conduct the pilgrimage with strict adherence to COVID-19 norms. Lifting the ban on the Yatra, a division bench of the court comprising Chief Justice R.S. Chauhan and Justice Alok Kumar Verma said the pilgrimage will start with restrictions like a daily limit on the number of devotees visiting the temples. Carrying a negative COVID-19 test report and a vaccination certificate will also be mandatory for the visitors, the court said, putting a daily cap on the number of devotees visiting the famous Himalayan temple, also known as the Char Dham. The High Court said 800 pilgrims will be allowed in Kedarnath Dham, 1,200 in Badrinath Dham, 600 in Gangotri and 400 in Yamunotri every day. The Supreme Court has granted liberty to a group of students who are aggrieved by a clause in JEE Advanced 2021 information brochure that requires a candidate to take the examination within 2 years of clearing grade 12 or an equivalent exam to make representation before the appropriate authority on the issue. A bench headed by Justice A.M. Kanvilkar said it appeared that petitioners have directly approached the Apex Court without making representation to the appropriate authority of the chairman, Joint Admission Board, JEE Advanced Office, Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur. Accordingly, we dispose of this writ petition with liberty to the petitioners to make representation before the appropriate authority of respondent number 2, Chairman, Joint Admission Board in the first place, said the bench, also comprising Justices Dinesh Maheswari and C.T. Ravikumar. The Madras High Court on Wednesday held that no homestay shall be permitted for tourists in the hilly Nilgiris district of Tamil Nadu. Arbitrary sanctions or permission cannot be granted, and there appears to be pure ad hocism resorted to in such regard without an environmental impact assessment study or a cap put to it. The first bench of Chief Justice Sanjeev Banerjee and Justice P.D. Odike-Savalu said it is becoming increasingly fashionable for residents in the area retreating into one corner of the property on weekends to open homestays for urban visitors to enjoy the beauties of nature. Till a plan is put in place upon appropriate studies being conducted and a viable scientific report being obtained, no further permission for homestays in the Nilgiris should be granted, and the district authorities should conduct inspections to ensure that the homestay arrangements do not continue without any permission being obtained, the court ruled. A 6.0 magnitude earthquake jolted China's southwestern Sichuan province on Thursday, leaving at least 3 persons dead and 60 others injured. The earthquake struck at 4:33 a.m. local time in Luxian County at a depth of 10 kilometers, the state-run Xinhua news agency reported. 3 persons were killed and 60 others injured in the quake, the report said. According to China Earthquake Network Center, the epicenter was monitored at 29.2 degrees north latitude and 105.34 degrees east longitude. The earthquake relief headquarters of Sichuan has activated a level 2 response, the second highest in China's 4-tier earthquake emergency response system. Egypt reopened to tourists the 4,700-year-old southern tomb of King Joseph at the Pyramid of Saqqara after a 15-year renovation. The tomb, south of Cairo, lies near the 3rd dynasty pharaoh's famous step pyramid, Egypt's earliest large-scale stone structure, which itself was closed for restoration until March 2020. The southern tomb, built between 2667 BC and 2648 BC, is thought to have been built for symbolic reasons or perhaps to hold Joseph's internal organs, said Mustafa Waziri, Secretary General of Egypt's Supreme Council of Antiquities. A SpaceX rocket ship blasted off from Florida on Wednesday carrying a billionaire e-commerce executive and 3 less wealthy private citizens. He chose to join him in the first all-civilian crew launched into Earth orbit. The quartet of amateur astronauts, led by the American founder and chief executive of financial services firm Shift4 Payments, Jared Isaacman, lifted off just before sunset from the Kennedy Space Center in Cape Canaveral, and the spacecraft roared into the darkened skies. A SpaceX webcast of the launch showed Isaacman and his crewmates, Cian Protector, Haley Akronix, and Chris Sembrowski, strapped into the pressurized cabin of their gleaming white SpaceX Crew Dragon capsule, dubbed Resilience, wearing their helmeted black and white flight suits. Thumbs up were on display as the capsule streaked into the Florida sky, perched atop one of the company's reusable 2-stage Falcon 9 rockets.